Okay, so we probably should just start. I just got home and I was just thinking about this thing and we should talk about it. So basically, I deleted Instagram. And I've deleted Instagram before. If you know me, you know I've talked about not liking really social media for real anymore. And I think it's like all just kind of fake. And I kind of want to talk about my reasons on why I deleted social media. I don't want this video to be like crazy long. I recorded this like 2 days ago, actually. No, that was yesterday. I've been so bad on sleep lately, y'all. I'm like for the last week, I probably got like a total of like 10 hours of sleep. It's so bad. So yeah, I just deleted it, to be honest. Like, I'm just over it. Last year in June, I deleted it for 3 months. I had this like profound sense of clarity about myself. I was so sure about myself. I felt the most creative I ever felt. I felt the most secure within myself. I didn't experience anxiety or depression. I just like felt kind of normal. Like, I really felt this sense of like, okay, this is what life is supposed to be like. But I'm gonna tell you the truth, like I had really bad FOMO. All my friends would like come hang out with me and they'd always be on their phone, or they'd be like, did you see that thing on Instagram? And I wouldn't see it, so I like would feel weird. Or like, did you see such and such's post? So it started to kind of like weigh on me. Like, I felt like I was kind of out of the loop. So then I got back on Instagram in like the end of September, October, I want to say, like right before my birthday in November. I really don't really remember. It was like around that time. And I felt like even during like when my birthday was coming around, I felt super weird. Like, dang, I'm gonna have a birthday and not post about it on social media and stuff. So it felt weird. So I got back online, and then it was kind of fine for like whatever. I never put it back on my phone. I only had it on my iPad because I was like, you know, I have to have some type of restraints. In terms, I know I'm just talking about Instagram right now because I haven't had Facebook, Twitter, or Snapchat in like 2 or 3 years. I just don't really like those apps. I just don't like. I just never really liked them. They didn't vibe with me. But anyways, so basically the other night I stayed up to like 4 in the morning watching reels because, and I had the greatest day. I went out to eat by myself. I love doing stuff by myself. I took myself out to eat. I was like reading a book at this restaurant, and I just had a really good day. I went to the mall, walked around, got some stuff. It was whatever. Cool day. And then later that day, I hung out with my friend. We went to go see the Bob Marley movie. It was like, got some insomnia cookies. Like, literally a perfectly fine day. And then I got home. I was lonely, bored by myself with my dog. And I'm just scrolling on reels for like 3-4 hours. And then like, I just had this sense of like I stopped and like I became aware, like, dang, I really was just scrolling on reels for 3 or 4 hours. And it kind of made me feel this sense of like anxiety and depression. Like, okay, this makes me feel like I hate myself. This makes me feel like I hate life. This makes me feel like I don't want to do anything. So it was like 3:30 in the morning. I made an Instagram post, took all my like, well, first I changed my profile picture. I deleted all my highlights that I worked pretty hard on actually. And then I took all my posts down and made a post and was just like, you know, here's the email address if you absolutely need to get in contact with me. It's all good. Like, appreciate everybody who's like ever been there for me through social media and whatever the case may be, but I'm gonna log off. I have talked about logging off a lot, especially with my friends. And I think whenever I do, there's always this sense of like, they think that there's something wrong, like I'm going through something, and that social media, like me getting off social media, is a indicator that something is wrong with me. So like they'll start checking on me, like, what's wrong? And I'm just like, well, there's nothing really wrong. Nothing has happened. I just think that in order for me to be happy and at peace, I can't be on social media. And I know it's like, but you're on YouTube. Not really the same thing. Social media is people that I personally know in real life who are looking at my life as a form of content. My life is not a form of content. I don't want to be content for other people to consume. I'm not a sense of entertainment. I'm not like a reality TV, like a show or something like Love is Blind. Like, that's not me. I don't want to do that. I don't want people to see my life and think that it's for you to consume. Now, I do have a fear, not a fear. I don't really believe in fears. I do have a like an issue with the fact that I don't know how not having social media is going to affect me being an entrepreneur and like wanting to grow and scale my business and being a creative. I'm not really sure, but I think I'm just going to figure it out. Like how people did before phones existed. People have been creative since the dawn of time. And I understand that having a phone that allows you to post to millions of people does put you in the position to impact more lives, to get more eyes on your brand or your business or your message. And I do think that I might miss out a little bit, I'll be honest, but I just cannot be online. And I have been teeter-tottering, like after I take some time and some space away from social media and get a break. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth, every single time I get ready to record something, my neighbors just start doing crazy behaviors. Like they just start getting really loud. Basically that I'm not really sure which way it'll go with trying to do entrepreneurship and having a business and not wanting to be online. And maybe after some time I could come back and solely have like a business page that posts the content for my business to, you know, bring awareness to my brand. But I also feel like that's just something that I would kind of want to put off to somebody else. I don't think I really want the responsibility of running a social media page. I'm just very depleted with social media as a person. It's absolutely exhausting for me to even think about making a story post, posting for my brand. I've never liked posting for my businesses on social media, and I'm not really sure what it is. It just feels inauthentic to me. Something about social media just feels very inauthentic to me because you're trying to create a persona as if you're perfect. And I have this very big belief that I'm not a perfect person. I tell everybody I fuck up a lot. It's a part of who I am. It's a part of my character. And I'm big on learning from my mistakes and my mess ups. And I think because I'm so honest, I'm a realist. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. People perceive you how they choose to perceive you. In my personal opinion, I find myself to be a realist. Everything that I say to most people, they think is almost too honest, too real, too harsh. I hear this from my friends and my family members so much. Like, you're just too blunt. You're too brutally honest. You don't have a filter. It's not that I don't have a filter. I want to tell you how I truly feel and be honest without putting on a persona and selling you a fantasy of what you want me to tell you versus just telling you the reality of what I truly feel and what's relevant and what resonates with me. And I think for social media, you don't really have that opportunity to truly be honest and who you naturally are without trying to walk around everybody's triggers, without trying to appear as if your life is perfect. I hate the idea of pretending that my life is perfect because it's not. I'm not sad. I'm not depressed or anything like that. I'm typically very happy. Typically, but everybody has those days and where it's just like, man, life was life in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody has those days where lives. But for the most part, I don't typically experience days of sadness or stress or a lot of like anxiety and animosity until I get on Instagram. I'm perfectly fine until I get on Instagram. And that's a problem for me. I check my screen time. Typically, I average like around an hour or 2 hours a day on my phone with no social media apps. I downloaded Instagram on my phone like 2 weeks ago. These last 2 weeks, my screen time has been about 5 to 7 hours every single day. Last week, I was on my phone for 50 hours for the whole week. That's 2 days. That's over 2 days. That's too much time. When you calculate it and you think about it in terms of a year, that's 13 weeks I've lost in a year scrolling on my phone. I'm not doing that anymore. That's just where I'm at with it. My mom has this belief that for you to stop doing something, a thing that's like kind of addictive for you, you kind of have to grow to a sense where you really dislike it or hate it. And I kind of hate social media now. I understand the benefits that it has. I understand everything that can come from it, the opportunities and all of that. But at some point you have to realize, for me, I had to realize that stuff is fake. It makes me feel bad. I'm tired of looking at people in filters. And I have been very vocal about this on my story. And people will always be like, I agree with you so much. I'm so sick of seeing filters. I'm so sick of seeing fake bodies. I'm so sick of people like pretending that stuff is good and it's not. I'm so sick of seeing relationships that I know in real life are actually really bad and toxic while they portray them to be good. I've been that person who has portrayed a good relationship on social media, but in real life, it was the most toxic, deranged situation I have ever been in my entire life. And I sold people this dream or idea that I was happy and I was miserable. I would cry every night. And that's another thing. I feel like to be on social media, for me, it made me such a liar because I was trying to prove to other people that I was happy when I wasn't. And now that I finally am happy, I feel no desire to prove myself to anybody or to show up or to be perceived through the content of my life. I really don't. And don't get me wrong, I am a creative, I am an artist, and I do want to, share my art, share my creative talents with the world to whatever capacity that is to be perceived in. And I think that I had this obsession with influencing, and I was never an influencer, we'll say that, but I had this obsession with becoming an influencer and like wanting people to do this and that for money. All for money though, like not because I really want to influence people, not because I really wanted to create like a community. I just literally wanted to get on Instagram, take cute pictures, and then get paid to post cute pictures on Instagram when I was like 19 or 20. I'm 24 now, so I haven't thought those thoughts in a really long time, but I'm just saying that to show the immaturity that was inside of me at some point solely because of social media. I think it has taken me so long as a person to get close to finding my purpose. I think your purpose changes throughout life continuously. You can be in the purpose of being a student, then the purpose of being a parent, and then the purpose of being a lawyer, or like whatever. Your purpose changes day to day. Like right now, my purpose is just to film this video. When I'm editing it, purpose is to edit the video. Like there's no overarching like purpose through the things you do. Your purpose is in the things that you're currently doing, my belief. I don't think that my purpose ever is to sit up and scroll on Instagram Reels for hours. Like, what is their purpose in that? What am I gaining from that? What are others gaining from that? From me being a complete zombie and fiend to consuming content. And the thing is, I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I feel like the content kind of sucks. The content is trash. The content is not art. Like, taking a video of something from a bunch of different angles and then putting it together with, like, a trending audio and putting some words on it, it's not really art, bro. Like, it's not that deep. It's not that insightful. It's not moving. I haven't really been moved. I've been moved by some reels, don't get me wrong, but majority of them don't really move me like a movie does, like a body of work truly does, like an artist when they spend hours and hours cultivating a painting, and you can see that they really took time to make that content in its art form or whatever, like, you know what I'm saying, that painting or whatever. You can tell, like, wow, that's moving. An album from an artist, whether the artist is amazing or not amazing, you can still feel the art and the work that went into it. I feel like with content, because it's so easy to do, it's so easy to film, like people do a little dance, like, and they put some words on it, and then like they change like some words to match an audio clip, and then they think it's cool and like witty. Like, bro, it's pretty lame actually. And I'm sitting up here giving you 5, 6, 7 hours of my life watching it because I have nothing else to do, because I'm truly running for my own creativity. And I think that creativity comes in many forms. You can be creative making food. You can be creative going to the gym and doing a new workout. You can be creative in so many different ways, or just opening up your mind to read a book, or to just get a deeper form of introspection about yourself. But I'm too busy wasting hours and time in my life scrolling on Instagram Reels. It's crazy. It's literally so crazy. And then these same people, myself included, will sit up and will complain like, oh, my life isn't progressing. I don't understand my purpose, because you're consistently watching other people live their life when you're, instead of living your own life. Hold on. Pause. Time out. Can we please talk about mom influencers? This kind of really pushed me off the edge to delete social media. Like, I was here and then I was just like done. I was watching this video and it basically was like, I don't know if y'all heard that little song or like that little sound on Instagram that's like, you don't know me, but I know you, right? And then on the you don't know me part, there's this like, it says random toddler on internet. No, random toddler minding their business or something like that. And then the but I know you part is, it says 8.5 million followers. And I feel like that's so true. Like, there's 8.5 million people on the internet. Obviously, there's way more than that. But just for an example, watching little babies live their lives on Instagram, pretending that they know them, like saying, I love your life, I love your family. It's really weird. And I feel like that doesn't even go into how dangerous I think that social media actually has the potential to be. Because if somebody truly doesn't like you, like imagine you like wrong somebody, bro, in like 5th grade or something, and they watch your Instagram stories and they're just like, man, one day I'm going to see them out in the, because they're mentally unstable, and they're watching your Instagram stories. And they're like, one day when I see them, I'm going to find them, I'm going to beat them up or blah, blah, blah. Like they're going to do something to you the day they see you. And you're posting yourself on Instagram and you say you're at some park or you say you're at some concert, and they come up to that concert, they find you, they wait for you, and then they beat you up. Beat you up, like beat your ass. Because you posted where you were at on social media. Or they do something worse to you. Or you have a crazy person who's obsessed with your child that you keep posting on Instagram, and you post your son where they come up to that place and then they snatch your child from you. Or they try to do something to your child. Or they try to do something to your relationship. Or whatever the case may be. I feel like social media has separated the privacy of the people. Like, can we get the privacy of the people back? And I've had people tell me that they think I'm mysterious or that I don't share enough, or like I think a lot of people are just so used to people oversharing and telling all their business that when they come across somebody like me, like some of my friends, like I have been cool with people for like 5-6 years, and they'll be like, I'll mention, okay, an example. I've been friends with this person for like 5 years, and I had said something randomly like, oh yeah, my brother is a rapper and he'd be hanging out with Future or some random shit like that. And they were like, what, you have a brother? And I was like, yeah, I just said I have a brother. And I was like, I've never knew you had a brother. And I was like, well, you probably never asked. Like, I'm just not going to overshare things. And I think that social media has created a space where most people are continuously oversharing their life. And like when you don't do it in real life, people are like confused. Like, well, you don't tell me everything. I have so many people saying like, you don't tell me everything. I don't tell nobody everything. I just had this conversation with my mom because I was like, Mom, like, yeah, you know me probably really, really well, more than probably anybody else, but I don't tell you everything. And she was like, well, why? Because everything isn't for everybody. There's certain things I'll tell you that I won't tell another person. And that's how we should be about social media. We think that people on social media are our best friends. For example, this is no shade to her, but do y'all know who Erica Kane is on TikTok? I don't have TikTok either. I've deleted TikTok last year. I know I didn't mention that, but I don't do TikTok. Erica Kane on Instagram shares her entire life. I mean, on TikTok, shares her entire life. To the point where it's almost a little weird. Her content is funny. I'll give you the honest truth. But the things that she shares are so personal about her life. Some of it I think is a little fake and embellished. I'm going to tell you the truth. But, like, the other stuff that is true, like, she has posted some of the most graphic, horrifying, toxic behaviors I've ever seen in my entire life on TikTok, and is making money from it by doing wigs. And it's just like, this is the society in which we live in, where people are getting paid to share traumatic life experiences that only a therapist should know about. Like, people be on social media telling shit that Batman himself could not get out of. Like, they be telling business that Batman could not get out of me. And I just be like, you said it online? You said that on Instagram. You said that on the gram. You said that on TikTok. What's your problem? Like, what's literally wrong with you? And I get it. I've probably overshared a little bit on social media. Certain things that I've looked back and like, probably shouldn't have shared that. Like about a relationship, or maybe posted a relationship that I was in that I'm no longer in. And it was just a part of life. Like, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I don't, like, stress out over it. Be like, dang, I wish I never posted the fact that I was in that relationship. No, I'm not going to boohoo and cry about it. But I do think I've learned that I'm not going to probably get back on Instagram. I'm going to tell you the honest truth. I just really don't foresee it, because it makes me question society too much. But if I ever was, I would never post my relationship. I would never post I would never post my relationship. I would never post my kids. I wouldn't post my family. I would never post where I am. I don't know. And I just think that Instagram is just this big thing. For me, personally, I find Instagram to be like a place where I like to flex at. Like, ooh, look at me in Italy. Ooh, look at me in Greece. Ooh, look at me at this concert. Ooh, look at this outfit. Ooh, look at this. Like, everything's like, ooh, ooh, ooh. And I'm really not even that type of person. It's only Instagram that makes me feel that way. In real life, I'm so chill. I walk around hoodie, leggings, 24/7. I don't like to really show off a lot. I like to be super chill, but for some reason, Instagram makes me feel like I need to prove myself. And I don't have to prove myself to anybody. The only person I'm trying to prove myself to is myself, and to show myself that I have the self-discipline to really cultivate a real relationship with myself and love myself in ways that I did it for like the last 23 years. I've really just gotten to a point since turning 24, and I don't know if it's because my frontal lobe development is like really starting to kick in, but I've really gotten to a place where I know who I am. I know what I want. I know what I'm going to tolerate, not going to tolerate. I've really gotten big on creating boundaries. I've gotten therapy. I've done a lot of inner work. And I just refuse to allow social media or proving myself to other people to fuck with who I am and to fuck with my energy and to get me to a place where I don't really like myself, where I'm sitting up scrolling on Instagram at night like, put the phone down. I think I kind of hate myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, bro. And I be so happy every day I wake up in the morning. Like, I really got to a place where I'm happy to wake up. I used to literally be so depressed, and I would wake up. I couldn't get out the bed. Bro, it was days I couldn't get out the bed. I'd just wake up, start scrolling on Instagram for like 3 hours. Like, just immediately started my day scrolling on Instagram for 3 hours. That was like last year before I deleted Instagram. And it was just really big. I also realized that I would spend a lot of time with people, but a lot of the time would be spent on our phones. So the relationship started to feel kind of like superficial for me. And I would tell people like, you know, we're super cool and we're always going to be cool. But like, if we're going to hang, do you think we can hang without all of the phones? I think everybody's reasoning for deleting social media is very different. I think everybody always has like a different tipping point. Because I've watched a couple videos on YouTube that are like, I deleted social media and here's why. I feel like everybody kind of just has a different approach to deleting social media when they finally like take the leap to delete it and just accepting that it's not working for them. But I think the results are typically the same. Because when I deleted social media for 3 months, I was just like, bro, I'm such a like, oh my God, the birds are singing, the wind is blowing, the sky is so bright, and everything is beautiful. You know, I literally felt that way. And I've noticed that a lot of other people feel that way. But then they go back. I seen this girl on YouTube, bro. She did the same thing I did. She deleted it, but she deleted it for 6 months, and then she deleted it for a year, and then she went back, and then she stayed on there for like 6 months, and then she deleted it again because she was like, I make all of this progress with my mental health. I make all of this progress with myself, and then I go back, and it's the same thing. It's the same thing every time. It's the same letdown, and I think it's weird to make people with no talent celebrities or influencers. I do. It's something I kind of struggle with because they haven't really, I don't want to say they haven't earned, but like C-list celebrities are kind of like a weird like area to be in. Kind of like I'm watching a show called Love is Blind. And in Love is Blind, every single time they have this show and it airs, like a few select people from the cast will get super big on social media as if they're almost like industry plants, and it's really weird. They'll like get really big on social media, and then people start following them and they get super invested in their lives. And then we just have all of these like micro or like, I want to say micro, but we have all of these influencers who don't really do anything but create content. And it's just like, what is the talent in that though? Like, you gotta like, not even no. Like, I sound like, I hate to sound like I'm hating because I'm not hating. I do appreciate good form content, but it's not really telling you anything. Like, people are just creating content from their lives, and it's a little weird. And I just can't partake. I can't partake. I think I'm just at the place where I don't want to do that anymore. Another big issue for me with social media is I feel like nobody really has their own original thoughts anymore. My mom sends me reels from like Facebook all the time, or I can tell her something and she's like, oh my God, I just watched a reel that was just like this. And I'm just like, Mom, I don't need a reel to tell me how I feel. First of all, the reels are not real. Second of all, I don't need a reel to tell me how I feel. I know how I feel. I don't need a reel to validate the human experience that I'm having. And I have this belief system that you already know what you need to do before you ask anybody. Before you go search it up on YouTube, before you go search it up on Google, majority of the time, you can tell yourself what it is you need to do. Like, we're obsessed with trying to get information. If you're thinking about deleting social media, or you do delete some social media, you will literally watch 100 YouTube videos saying, this is why I deleted social media.
guilty. quite literally so guilty, because I've done it. The whole time you already know why you need to delete it. You already have that feeling. The inner God within you is telling you, bro, log off. And you know you need to log off, but you need other people to validate your human experience before you feel comfortable enough to do it. Same thing with posting on Instagram. Your friends will send you all of the pictures they want to post on Instagram before they post it, because they need you to validate them before they go get the likes and the validation from others. That's another thing. I'm tired of trying to be validated by others. The only person that needs to validate me is me. I don't need nobody else to validate me. Not a relationship, not my mom, not my dad, not a friend. Nobody needs to validate me other than me. If I like it, if I think it's cool, if I think it's lit, we good. We're literally so good, and it doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks or how their opinion of it is, honestly. So, yeah, I'm done living for attention. I'm just done attention seeking. And I think that YouTube, it does have the potential to bring attention, but just in a different way, because this isn't really, like, I guess I do vlogs sometimes, but it's not the same as you seeing my life in real time and you having a bunch of comments, and it's just a little different. I feel like a vlog has the potential to be considered like almost, it's not a deep body of work, but it has bodies of works to it, because it has editing and color grading and sound and audio, and you're just creating a visual experience rather than just a reel that only captivates your attention for 7 seconds, that has no true storyline or intention of moving you as a person. So I do think that's the difference with that. I just think overall I'm a better person when I'm not online, and I don't want to live for other people. I'm honestly exhausted with seeing other people's lives. Before I deleted Instagram, I have been following like 1,500 people. Over like the last 3 months, I reduced my follower count to like 200 people, only following people I really know, because I was like, I don't even want to follow people I don't know. Like, if you don't know me, it's weird. And then I just, like, over time, I would just think, like, there's 1,000, 2,000 people watching my Instagram story right now.
I just realized that there were so many people, hundreds and thousands of people, who had the daily access to me, to my life, to the things that I'm doing, the places that I'm going, and anything that I had decided to share. But I think I was sharing subconsciously. It was so routine for me to get on my phone and to record a video or to take a picture and just post it that I didn't even really think about it. I would just post. There was no thought process behind the post. There wasn't do I need to post this? Is this necessary to post? It was just, I'm doing this, I'm going to post it, because that's the society in which we live in. People are posting everything they do, from their outfits, their clothes, their breakfast, shopping hauls, their relationship, their children. When someone is sick, they post at a funeral, they post at the hospital, they post everywhere they go, they post everything they do. So we all get accustomed to sharing our life. But I don't really want to share my life with people. Maybe my ideas or my thoughts, or maybe a video here and there when I want to, but to completely share everyday elements of my life all the time doesn't feel natural or normal. And it doesn't feel normal to consume other people's lives either, especially when I have no intentions on actually being friends with them in real life, or when they have no intentions on being friends with me in real life. And I'll touch on this really fast. I never experienced the fear of not being friends with people when I got offline, because I kind of just feel like I'm friends with who I'm friends with, and I'll be fine without anybody. If being off of social media means that we're not friends anymore, we never were friends in the first place, and that doesn't faze me. I see so many people talk about the FOMO and the fear of missing out, and I definitely experienced that last year when I deleted and came back. But now I just don't care. I know that there's so many things we're going to miss out on regardless, just because of time restraints, work, life is going to life. So getting off of social media doesn't make me think I'm going to miss out on stuff. I'm just going to miss out on seeing other people do things without me that they were probably already going to do without me anyways. So I don't really care that much. So, yeah, let's get to the outro.
So yeah, that's kind of the tea. I guess I'm off the gram and offline. I'm still posting my YouTube when I want to, but it's not going to probably be all the time. Honestly, I have some stuff I want to create as an individual and just focus on what I'm actually like super passionate in. And I am really passionate about YouTube and just like documenting certain things and posting certain things. But more for me, like I post on YouTube for myself. I'm not posting on YouTube to like prove myself to anybody else. I don't post for subscribers. I never will ask for anybody to ever subscribe to me or follow me or like a video because I don't care. It's so much, it's so much deeper than that. It's literally for me to view myself at later dates when I want to connect my new self to like a past version of myself and to be like, okay, well, you were here and now you're here. So you're growing, you're good. Don't worry. It's all good. So the sun is going down. I'm going to take that as a sign to end this video. I'm not telling anybody to delete social media. I'm just deleting it. Well, have deleted it because it doesn't make me happy. So maybe I'll update y'all in like 6 months or a year and tell you how I feel. But as of right now, I'm offline and I'll talk to you when I talk to you. Bye.